Hey boo, welcome back to my channel. Let's talk about a 5-star read that I'm super excited about. It's giving us all the Christmas feels. It's giving us the romantic Hallmark movie, just checking every single box. A Novel Christmas by Charity Shanae.
I'll give it to someone special.
So I had plans to read a different book. I'm not going to mention that book, but this book was not on my TBR for November. I went to read said book in my Kindle Unlimited. It was not for free. And so I decided not to go that direction, but Kindle does a good job with book recommendations. This was on my TBR in Goodreads, but I just didn't have it on my TBR for November. And when I saw it, I said, well, let's get into it. And I was pleasantly surprised. This was my first time going into a book totally blind. Like maybe I had read the synopsis for this book like a couple of weeks or maybe even a month and a half ago. So I didn't remember exactly what it was about, but I just started reading it and I loved it. I love the suspense of, ooh, I don't even know like what these characters are from, where they work at, you know, what's going to happen, you know, any of that stuff. And that was exciting. So I love how I switched that up. So we have, I think it's Sarai and Dorian. Sarai, she is a novelist. She is a Black novelist and she is in trouble because her books have not been selling well. And her publisher says, hey, look, you need to come up with a holiday book. You need to come up with a holiday smasher or we're going to have to let you go. So the pressure is on because she loves to write. And so she's like, I have to come up with a great Christmas novel. And so she decides to go to Santa Claus, Indiana, which is a real city, by the way. I had to look it up because I was like, for reals? Yes, Santa Claus, Indiana is a real city, and she just went blindly. She booked the Airbnb. She went out there, the airport wouldn't even, they don't have an airport in that city, so she had to go fly into a major airport and then rent a car and drive to Santa Claus, Indiana. And she gets settled into her Airbnb and she goes to the grocery store to get like some items or whatever. And she runs across, she doesn't see, while she's at the grocery store, she is not seeing a lot of Black people. Okay, baby girl didn't do her research. She didn't know that the town was lacking melanin. But when she was at the grocery store, she ran across a fundraiser for the local fire department. And one of the fundraisers was a calendar. So she flips through and she sees Mr. December. That starts her inspiration. She's like, okay, I got it. I'm ready to write my story. I'm ready. I'm motivated. Let me get home. Now we have Dorian, who is an ex-NFL football player. He moves to Santa Claus, Indiana because his dying wife grew up there, and so it was her wish to return back to her hometown to perish. So he is dealing with a lot. He's dealing with grief. He is an ex-NFL football player, but he is also a volunteer firefighter, and he teaches the high school football team. So he got 2 jobs, okay? He is really having a hard time with his grief. You know, he's processing it the best he can, I imagine. And he's unable to stay in the house that his wife wanted to come home to, that she created, that she, you know, did all the decorations. He's having a tough time at it. So he has some rental properties and he spends most of his time at the rental property. Y'all, You have to read this book because the way that the book reads Hallmark movie, it's great. Like, you can see the characters. There's just one character that I really loved. He was a firefighter, and the way that they described it was that he did some prison time in California, and he volunteered for you know how they take prisoners, and they take prisoners, and the prisoners, they help fight the wildfires. Well, he did that his last year in prison, and they said, okay, because of your service, what we can do is we can we can expunge your record, like, that's major. And not only that, you can go to anywhere in the U.S. and work as a firefighter. And so he chose Santa Claus, Indiana, because he said that, you know, he wanted a fresh start. Charity, we need a book for him, okay? If you're listening, we need a book for him. Thank you. Please. So the characters, you know, it's giving, you know how when you go somewhere, all the black people, we're going to find each other. If we don't do nothing else, we're going to find each other. We're going to get that eye contact. We're going to get a head nod. We're going to get that, okay, braids, all of that. So it's giving all of that. And she finds the melanin in this town, and she grabs a hold to it, and it grabs a hold to her too. It was just cute. My favorite scene, because not only is the book like giving those Hallmark feels and the Christmas nostalgia, we also have a spice level of 4. If you're not familiar with my spice level guide, you can check out one of my other previous videos. But a 4 is giving us 2 to 3 I like to say, not 6. 2 to 3 spicy sessions, okay? They go into detail, and it's between a man and a woman. That is, and typically it's a slow burn, but this one was not a slow burn. That is the definition of a spice level of 4, and this book was definitely giving it not too much, just enough, okay, to know that he was not playing about her and it was on and popping. Then my favorite scene from this book has to be the snowman scene. Everybody wants to build a snowman until it's time to build a snowman, and you're out there in the snow. It's work, first of all, to build a snowman. Everybody that doesn't get a lot of snow, we think we want snowmen, but we're not about that life. We're really not. It's cold, it's wet, it's a mess. But that was my favorite scene out of this book. Let me know if you guys are interested in checking this book out. And if you've made it this far in this video, don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to comment to this video. And don't forget to share this content with another fellow baby reader. And until next time, bye.
Well, it's been a year, it doesn't